Hey, what's up guys, welcome back from Insanity Films, and today I'm going to show you in After Effects a full guide of shortcuts. So make sure you follow the on-screen keyboard strokes at the bottom left of the screen and you'll be fine. This is mainly for Windows users, but if you want to do it on a Mac, the only thing you need to do is to replace the Control button with the Command button on the Mac keyboard. And if you find this video useful, please consider to subscribe for more. Like the video, comment down below and share. This is video part 1. If you want the part 2, please let me know in the comments down below. Also, please let me know if you would like to see how to customize your interface layout. So let's begin. Now we are in the timeline, and if I do Ctrl A, I select all. Same thing goes for the project window. If I click the same, I will select everything. To deselect, you just need to do Ctrl Shift A and it will deselect it. Same thing goes for the other window. Select them all first and then Ctrl Shift A and you will deselect it. Let's add more layers. Let's add another solid and then let's add a null object. So what you need to do is enter on numeric keypad. For example, I want to select layer 1, I press 1. Select layer 2, 2, 3, 4 and so forth. Next thing is, if I want to move selected layers, masks, effects or render items down, back or up, forward in stock order, what I need to do is simply press Ctrl Alt down or Ctrl Alt up. Select a layer first and then Ctrl Alt down, down, down and up. To duplicate any object or any folder or any composition or any kind of items in your project, it's Ctrl D. So I'm going to select a solid and then Ctrl D and I duplicated it. Then I'm going to select my composition up here and then Ctrl D and duplicate it. Same thing for folders, Ctrl D and duplicate it, and for the items in the project folders too. Ctrl D. To quit a project, just Ctrl Q, and it will ask you if you want to save or not. In this case, I'm gonna cancel. Ctrl Q. To undo any actions is Ctrl Z. So I'm moving here, then Ctrl Z. If I want to redo, it's Ctrl Shift Z, and it will redo the action. If you want to purge all memory, it's Ctrl Alt plus the backslash in the numpad. To open a new project file, it's Ctrl Alt N and you got a new project file. To open a project, it's Ctrl O and you can choose. To open a most recent project is Ctrl Alt Shift P. So I'm going to open a new project first and then I'm going to press Ctrl Alt Shift P, Ctrl Alt Shift P, and it will open my most recent project. To create a new folder in the project panel, it's Ctrl Alt Shift N. And then also you can rename it right away. To open the project settings dialog box, it's Ctrl Alt Shift K. To find any item in your project panel, it's Ctrl F. Or simply click in the search bar. To cycle through color bits depth for the project, you just need to alt-click the depth button at the bottom of the project panel. To open the preferences dialog box is Ctrl Alt semicolon. If you want to restore the default preferences settings, you need to hold down Ctrl Alt Shift while starting After Effects. Now, for the panels, viewers, workspaces and windows, you can always go to Window right here and open and close any panel you want. But also they have an assigned key, which is Ctrl 0 for opening and closing the project panel, Ctrl Alt 0 to open the render queue panel, Ctrl 1 to open or close the tool panel, Ctrl 1 to open or close the tool panel, Ctrl 2 to open or close the info panel, Ctrl 3 to open or close preview panel, Ctrl 4 to open or close the audio panel, Ctrl 5 to open or close the effects and presets panel, Ctrl 6 to open or close the character panel, Ctrl 7 to open or close the paragraph panel, Ctrl 8 to open or close the paint panel, Ctrl 9 to open or close the brushes panel. If you liked this video so far and found it useful, please subscribe. F3 or Ctrl Shift T to open or close effects control panel for selected layer. Ctrl F11 to open flowchart panel for project flowchart. Shift F10, Shift F11, and Shift F12 to switch workspace. Ctrl W to close active viewer or panel, closes content first. Ctrl Shift W to close active panel or all viewers of type of active viewers. For example, if a timeline panel is active, this command closes all the timeline panels. Ctrl Alt Shift N, split the frame containing the active viewer and create a viewer with the opposite locked-unlocked state. Use the X and grave key to maximize or restore panel under pointer. Ctrl / to resize application window or floating window to fit the screen. Press again to resize window so that content will fill the screen. Ctrl Alt / move application window or floating window to main monitor. Resize window to fit the screen. Press again to resize window so that the content will fill the screen. The / button toggle activation between composition panel and timeline panel for current composition. Shift comma or shift period cycle to previous or next item in active viewer, for example, cycle through open compositions. Alt Shift comma or Alt Shift period cycle to previous or next panel in active frame, for example, cycle through open timelines. If you want to cycle through the tools in the tool panel, you just need to Alt left click. Press V to activate selection tool. Press H to activate the hand tool. Another alternative is to hold down the spacebar or the middle mouse button. This is with the spacebar, and then with the middle button. Press Z on the keyboard to activate the zoom tool. And to zoom out is Alt Z. Press W on keyboard to activate rotation tool. Press Alt W to activate the roto brush tool. Pressing Alt W again activates redefine edge tool. Press C on keyboard to activate and cycle through camera tools. Press Y on keyboard to move your anchor point. Pressing Q on a keyboard activates and cycles through masks and shape tools. Press Ctrl T on keyboard to activate and cycle through type tools. Press G on keyboard to activate and cycle between pen and mask feather tools. Press Ctrl temporarily activate selection tool when the pen tool is selected. Press Ctrl B on keyboard to activate and cycle through brush, clone stamp and eraser tools. Ctrl P on keyboard to activate and cycle through puppet tools. Alright guys, this is it for part 1. I hope you enjoyed the video. As usual, remember to subscribe, like and comment. The video will really help. And I'll see you soon in video part 2. As usual, Insanity Films out!